For those that are interested, I'll be finishing up my Lenten fast. I did finish it. I accomplished it. Um, there's some details that I'll cover. I'm not going to cover everything I was eating because it's pretty much the same stuff because that's what I did to keep my calories that low. But more importantly, basically what happened is I got in an argument with some idiot Trump supporter on Matt Walsh's feed, on his comment section. And I was explaining how Trump isn't just a radical leftist. He's beyond a radical leftist. He's an anti-American. He is an anti-American agent. Okay? And people don't grasp this. Now, what I want to point out, there was a dude, Gozer, that they're trying to say was, the most responsible for this. But a person whose name came up, and then I looked into it, was a guy named Ali Alexander. Now, Ali Alexander took credit as the primary planner of the January 6th, what everybody's calling an insurrection. The January 6th event that led to the storming of the Capitol was a gentleman by the name of Ali Alexander. Now, Ali, his father was from the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, and his mother was an African American. I will put in the link who he is and what he's about. They call him a radical right-winger or a far-right activist, which he is not a far-right activist. Far-right has just become a way. Everything that the mainstream doesn't like is now far-right. Okay, that's basically all it is. But Wikipedia has him down as a far-right activist. I never heard of the guy until I was, I just saw it in my newsfeed, something about this Gozer guy. Now, I don't know if that's, for everybody over 30, here's a joke. I don't know if it's the same Gozer from Ghostbusters or not, but I don't think it is. But I don't think he was the one that was the main dude behind this. As I'm putting in the description, I'm going to be putting a link to Rachel Maddow's expose on Michael the Black Man. Michael the Black Man is the head of Blacks for Trump. Okay? Blacks for Trump. He was also a member of a murderous black death cult that was responsible for murdering a number of African Americans and probably a number of white Americans. The name of that cult, for those that are interested, I will leave a link to that cult. That cult is called Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Okay? Now, we also know that Trump didn't do a damned thing for white Americans. The only group that Trump really pandered to while in office were black criminals, not blacks. I keep trying to explain this. Everybody thinks I'm so anti-black American. I'm not anti-black American. If you look at my Americana playlist, it's called Americana, American Cultural Strength. There are many links to soul food, to Cajun and Creole dishes, to black music. Blacks played an important role in the United States. I am not anti-black American. I do believe in the right of self-determination of all people. Okay? I do believe that blacks should have been given the chance at self-determination instead of being kept in the United States. They should have been encouraged to go to Liberia or to another country that the United States furnished for them so they could explore their own destiny. I do not suggest throwing black people out of the country. Okay? That has never been what I've said. Okay? But I do believe in the right of neighborhoods to self-segregate if they so choose. And I believe in people to live amongst their own people if they so choose. Okay? But that's not what we have in this country. Now, that's the thing, is everybody thinks I'm so anti-black, or I hate black people, or all this. No, I don't. But what is very apparent is that a large number of black people hate white people and spread anti-white pseudoscience all over the internet. Okay? And a lot of these same people that spread this anti-white hatred tend to also be believers in the QAnon conspiracy. They tend to also be believers in all sorts of conspiracies. They tend also to be involved with groups like the Black Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam. That's the truth. Okay? Blacks for Trump is a murderous death cult. This dude, Ali Alexander, the organizer, the prime organizer behind the January 6th insurrection, was not a white supremacist. The people that stormed the Capitol on January 6th were Trump-publicans. They were not white supremacists. They thought they were patriotic Americans. The storming of the Capitol on January 6th had nothing to do with race. How do I know that? Not one of the people got caught chanting anything racial. What were they chanting? They were chanting USA, liberty, freedom, and a bunch of other cookie-cutter bullshit that you'll hear at any American nonsense rally, or, some don't tread on me crap with some Leonard Skinner in the background. They were stupid rednecks, but they were not white supremacists. And that's the thing that's so crazy is people have this idiotic idea that if a white person comes from a rural upbringing, that somehow, some way, they're all racist in the rural areas, or that all white people are racist. This shows people that have not been to rural America, whether it's the rural South or the rural, Northeast or the rural Midwest or the rural Southwest. The rural white people of this country are not vehemently racist against anybody. And that's what needs to be understood. This is a common misconception. White people are the least racist group, I believe, in the whole world. And I think that would pan out if people actually looked. But my point is this actually just popped up in my newsfeed. I had no idea about it. I did know about the blacks supporting QAnon and stuff like that, and the crazed anti-white blacks that support QAnon and support Donald Trump and things like that. But this Ali Alexander thing, this just popped up in my newsfeed by accident, and then I started looking into it. So this video was kind of made off the cuff. But the fact of the matter is, follow the links. Look at the links. Okay? This is the truth. If you look at it, from Michael the Black Man to Kanye West to Kim Kardashian to Candace Owens to all these people, what do you see? You see crazed black conspiracy theorists that were behind Donald Trump, and a hefty amount of Israeli money and things like that. But what you do not see are things like the Ku Klux Klan behind him, except for David Duke, who supported him. But David Duke has... This is what's weird about... This is what's so hilarious about it, and I will leave a link to the interview. David Duke denounced the Ku Klux Klan 30-plus years ago. Okay? That's what's so wild and crazy about that. Everybody tries to say, blah, 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 he was this, he was that. He was being the operative word. He has not been that in 30-plus years, and publicly denounced it on a public access television program called Smith & Company. He stated literally that he didn't want himself associated, I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like that filth or that rot or something like that. He didn't want himself associated with that. Okay? But for some reason, nobody can get that the hell out of their head. Okay? And his organization is not a Klan organization. It's a pro-white civil rights organization, but it's also a pro-civil rights organization for everyone's rights. If you don't believe me, go to his website. It's his first and last name, nospaces.com. I'm not going to say the name of his website because that might get my video taken down. Go to his website. He supports civil rights and the rights of self-determination for all people, not just white people. Although, like me, what he says, and he goes, I support civil rights for everyone, even white people. Because somehow, somewhere along the lines, when you support equal rights, by that, the equal treatment under the law for all people, when you include white people in all people, people think you're some kind of super racist, evil person. It's not the case. That's not the case. Follow the links in the description. Blacks for Trump and all this other crap. I was right the whole time. People didn't want to listen.